The Xpeng G9 is the most important EV launch of 2022, and here's why. The Chinese EV market is often very overlooked and dismissed for poor quality and very cheap pricing. But the Xpeng G9 has completely redefined this benchmark after launching in September of this year. And with a lot of the social media attention away from any automaker that is not Tesla, this is probably creating a massive investment opportunity for anybody interested in gaining exposure to a high growth EV sector. And the G9 could very well be the most important EV launch globally since the Tesla Model 3. But as usual guys, before we get into it, make sure to drop me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So, to start things off, let's understand what the Xpeng G9 is, how it fits into the global EV SUV market, and why this is such an innovative yet affordable electric car. Not only is the G9 the first full-size SUV made by Xpeng Motors, which is one of the most innovative EV companies in China, but the G9 is also only a handful of available full-size EV options in the entire country. You see, BMW, Mercedes, and Audi have their own EV programs, but those guys are mostly focusing on sports cars and sedans, and their top-of-the-line full-size SUVs like the BMW X7, the Mercedes G-Class are simply not electrified yet. And because of that, that's leaving a massive hole in the EV market for full-size SUVs that can give them the electrification and all the benefits that EV platforms provide. And this is exactly where the Xpeng G9 shines. Not only is this vehicle cheaper than its nearest competitor full-size SUV from NIO, but it also hosts an innovative set of technologies, including 800-volt charging and XPilot, which gives this car the ability to completely drive itself autonomously on China's roads. As a matter of fact, the Xpeng G9 is China's first unmodified commercial vehicle to qualify for their autonomous driving tests on public roads. Because guess what? You need a specific permit to be able to test your autonomous vehicle on the road, and the G9 happens to be the first one that is completely unmodified. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because the G9 is the only electric car in China that is equipped with the correct hardware to perform level 4 and even level 5 autonomous driving. And with China literally being the biggest CO2 polluter in the world with the biggest car and real estate market, this is a massive opportunity for any automaker that can penetrate the autonomous driving sector within that country. And if you pair that with the fact that the G9 can be charged in 5 minutes to achieve a 200-kilometer range, you're really setting the bar very high for any of Xpeng's nearest competitors. But obviously I can talk as much as I want on this YouTube channel, so instead let's look at a hands-on review of the G9 after its launch this year, where the reviewer mentioned this being one of the most high-value electric cars in the entire China's EV market.
Hello everybody and welcome to Inside China Auto. The electric SUV war is hotting up in China right now, which is why we're here with this, the Xpeng G9. This is the brand's fourth car and some might say the most important one that they have made yet. Why? Because the segment that this car competes in is one of the most competitive currently on the market. Now this car has everything on paper to be a massive success. What we're going to find out today is, does it translate into reality? Let's find out. As you'll no doubt be aware, Xpeng are one of the leaders in terms of autonomous driving, and that is one of the big selling points. That comes from things like highway navigation guided pilot, also valet parking assist that they have here in China, and the recently introduced city navigation guided pilot that is currently available on a sort of a beta basis in Guangzhou on the P5. This car comes with the same two LiDAR units that you get on the P5. However, where it differs is it has a significant upgrade in terms of the processing power. It has the NVIDIA Drive Orin X chip, which means that it has 508 tops of processing power compared to the 20 tops in the P5. That number is also 3.5 times the 144 tops that you'll find on a Tesla, just for comparison. So this car has got some serious brain power, able to handle all those different things. Now, we don't have them activated on this car today, so we'll show you that in a later video. Nevertheless, it is a serious piece of kit. Right, so let's talk about prices, because this is one area where the G9 absolutely obliterates the opposition, and I can't even overstate that enough. It's amazing the value that you get in the G9. So it starts from 309,900 RMB, or about 43,500 US dollars. The most expensive version rises to 469,900 RMB, which is about $66,000. Now, let's compare that to a very similar size car, actually even slightly smaller, I think, and with way less equipment and with less range, the BMW iX, which here in China retails for 746,000 RMB. That basically makes it tens of thousands of dollars more expensive than the G9, and that's for the base version, because the iX rises to almost 1 million RMB, well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know the exact figure. So it's incredible what you get in the G9 compared to a legacy rival like the BMW iX. If you compare it to a local rival, let's go for the ES7, the recently launched ES7, which is actually slightly bigger as a car, slightly bigger, but has a shorter wheelbase. That starts at 468,000 RMB, which is just a smidge under, that's the starting price, just a smidge under the top price of the G9. So really, it can't be understated enough, the considerable value that you're getting. With that performance version, you get an absolutely huge suite of technology and equipment that you won't even find on some of the cars in this class, including, of course, all of that XNGP next level guided pilot equipment, including the 2 LiDARs. You also get dual chamber air suspension combined with continuous damping control to give you better suspension control in all different scenarios, whether you need it to be softer or harder. You of course get your 2 15-inch screens up here at the front. You get a 28 speaker DIN audio sound system with 2,250 watts of output. You get heated, ventilated and massage seats in the front and heated and massage seats in the back with the 10-degree recline function. Xpeng have absolutely done a number with this car. Another thing that we need to talk about as well is the fact that the G9 is built on 800 volt architecture. It's one of the world's first cars to do so. What does that mean for you in reality? It means that if you use Xpeng's best superchargers, I believe the S4 is the latest one, you can charge 200 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes, which, by the way, is double the amount you can in the BMW iX in half the time, which is insane. BMW iX will give you about 73 miles of range, about 120 kilometers of range in about 10 minutes. This car will give you 200 kilometers of range in just 5, that's game changing for the future of charging electric cars. Okay, so that's it for our time with the Xpeng G9. At the start of this video, we asked the question, it has all the ingredients on paper, does that translate into a real luxury experience in reality? The resounding answer is yes. I'm massively impressed with the G9. I didn't expect it to be this good, but it's packed with so many features at a price point that you wouldn't believe. Compared to the rivals in this market, the ES7, the Li Auto L9, the BMW iX, for example, this car has everything that they have and more. The sound system, 28 speakers, 2,250 watts, is brilliant. The chairs are comfortable, the interior covered in leather on all the surfaces that you touch all the time and the surfaces that you don't. It's got the bases that extend, really nice attention to detail there. It's also got heated seats, massage, ventilation. It's got the Queen's chair in the front that lifts up and reclines. You've got the back seats that recline. You've got the dual chamber air suspension. There's so much packed into this car. I don't think there's anything else on the market that offers as much value as this does in such a graceful package. I think it looks great, especially in white with these cool alloys, with this really nice background that we have here today. I think this is going to be a massive sales success for Xpeng, and I'm delighted that they've actually brought all of the learning that they have from all their other cars and put them into this. This is them really getting serious about being a luxury car maker, and they've done a brilliant job with it.
Well, folks, I think it's safe to say that the numbers don't lie. The G9 is truly a revolutionary product for the Chinese EV market, as not only does it send the value out the door for cars like the BMW iX, but it also competes extremely well with other Chinese EV manufacturers like NIO with their ES7. And with all those features packed into one form factor that is not only good looking but also very affordable, this product could be a revolutionary game changer for Xpeng Motors and its stock. And that is exactly why I continue to be optimistic about the future of Xpeng Motors as one of the leading Chinese EV manufacturers and hopefully within the next decade also a leading global EV maker.